Hey guys, so we're back out here at our Green Hill Passive project this week. We're going to be talking about three things: our backfilling process, foundation drainage, and the all-important foundation waterproofing. So as you can see behind me here, we've got a bit of concrete exposed here, and you can see the top of our waterproofing. That's that black material on the concrete. That is about 6 to 8 inches below our finished grade, right? And so why haven't we brought in all this material yet? Why haven't we fully backfilled our foundation here? Well, concrete takes 28 days to cure. We don't want to bring in all this material and apply that amount of pressure to that newly placed concrete and give it any reason to crack, right? Concrete naturally shrinks as it's curing, and sometimes that creates hairline cracks. We don't want to do anything that might compromise the structural integrity of that concrete. So we'll partially backfill our foundations. We'll get our first floor framing deck locked in or more, as you can see here. And then later we'll bring in the rest of that material now that we have our concrete locked in through that framing deck and any framing above it. So now this whole foundation and the whole structure is tied in, it's rigid, it's secure. So now we can bring in this material, which weighs a lot. It's a lot of pressure on the wall, right? We don't have pressure on the other side of the wall to counterbalance that before we have that framing on. So that's why we like to do this later. So what's going on underneath the ground here is foundation drainage, right? We want to manage our water, right? We want the water to be able to come off the roof, down a gutter and downspout system and get away from the house. We want the grading around the house to be pitched in such a way that the slope brings water away from the house. But you still get water down the foundation wall and it collects at the bottom. And this is where a lot of foundations can get water, basements can get water and moisture problems. So we have an entire perimeter French drain running around this entire footing system. And because of the topography of the lot here, we're able to take that foundation drainage pipe and run it away from the house, and it comes out to daylight and can spread out far away from the house and not cause any problems here. So that's a 4-inch perforated pipe surrounded by filter fabric and a lot of crushed stone that's been washed, so there's no fine sediments in that, so it's not going to clog the pipe. So that's what's going on underneath the dirt here. And the foundation waterproofing here, this is the black material that you see on the foundation here. This is a polymer enhanced asphalt. It's basically a liquid applied membrane that's sprayed onto the foundation. This is 100% waterproofing our concrete wall. This is not going to allow water to penetrate the concrete, right? Concrete is porous. Where we have our form ties, these are known areas where water can make its way through and cause some problems on the interior. Those get hit first with the applied membrane, and then they go over it and coat this whole thing. So this is really important for the overall performance and longevity of the house, right? Starting with the water management off the roof, to the foundation drainage, to the sloping of the grade around the house, to any water that's coming along the foundation wall and along the footing. If we can keep all of that water and all of that moisture away from the house, then we don't have that classic, moldy, musty smelling basement that is caused by moisture problems, right? We want to keep our basement dry. That air in the basement is part of the air that makes up the indoor quality of the home. So anything we can do now while we have the chance to manage that water is going to provide a good environment for the home. It's going to give it longevity and durability. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're not currently subscribing, please hit that subscribe button and make sure to give us a follow on Instagram as well. See you next week.